Hello and welcome back to what will be the final episode of the Swansea save in the beta. We are going to do a Season 3 because, you've probably already noticed, we are actually promoted back to the Premier League. It was a bit of a mess. Basically, it was Norwich and Palace. Both didn't win their games, which meant that regardless of what happened for us, we would have got promoted anyway. Kind of annoying, but we've got 3 further matches to hopefully try and secure the Championship title in the final episode. We actually haven't been very good in between episodes either. We drew against Blackpool, we lost against Birmingham, and then we beat West Brom at 1-0. Partially the reason why I didn't play the West Brom game on camera was because we were doing so badly. Kind of expected to lose it. We've got 3 final matches: Norwich, Stoke and Crystal Palace, all very, very strong sides. However, Brentford haven't really been on a particularly good run of form as of late either. This could go either way. The starting lineup then for the Norwich game away from home at Carrow Road. They do still have David Farke, although in real life obviously he's just been sacked. It's going to be Sam Johnstone, Joe Worrell, Dale Fry and Max Kilman at the back. Fredericks and Friedel as the wing-backs. Downs and Cham and Smallbone in midfield with Obafemi and Carlos Fernandez as our strikers for this one. We've got quite a few good options dotted around the squad. Obviously Dylan Levitt has a whole load of assists for us. Arguably we should play him ahead of Ncham, but Ncham's also very, very good at football. McBurney hasn't been playing very well, which is why he's been dropped for Carlos Fernandez. Michael Obafemi hasn't really been playing too well either. We've been struggling to score goals again. We've gone through a little bit of one of those patches where we get lots of chances and don't ever score. Did I call the Norwich manager David Farke? Isn't it Daniel Farke? I'm not quite sure. Anyway, we are here, Carrow Road. Even without kicking the ball, apparently we go top because Stoke have taken the lead against Brentford after literally 1 minute. That's perfect. If that stays that way and we manage to pick up 3 points here, that is a huge, huge helping hand for hopefully getting us the title. Fredericks with a throw for us, 25 minutes. I think Brentford have just equalised. Fredericks has the ball once again down towards the right, crosses in. It's a great ball for Carlos Fernandez, and an unmarked header from the Spaniard goes wide of the post. How did he not get that on target? Brentford did equalise, and then Sam Surridge has scored for Stoke. Lots of S's in that one, which means we go back to the top of the table once again. It is going to be half-time here, 0-0. I think Brentford-Stoke is now 3-2 to Stoke. There's a lot going on down there. Pump fists, no, hands on hips. Let's do the teapot stance. That actually fired quite a lot of people up. So far, we've had, one highlight at Carrow Road. We've had 2 shots, not a single one on target. What is going on there? Flynn Downs with the ball, 52 minutes, it's intercepted easily, and Norwich can come forward with the ball. Furlong on the right-hand side, got some company, purple boots, love the purple boots there, on, who's that, Carlos Fernandez. Furlong again, Amayarov, could be his name, not even going to try and pronounce that guy's name, I'm sorry. Gibson, back to the other defender, back to Gibson, all the way back to Angus Gunn, the former Southampton and Manchester City goalkeeper. And I think he had a season on loan at Stoke maybe as well. In the middle of the pitch for Norwich. It's a good ball. Bogues finds Zolis on that left-hand side. There's going to be a goal here. I feel like we're going to lose against Norwich. Bogues has got the ball once again. Plays it back. Sirkin to Solis. Across. Amayarov goes for a long-range effort. He's dinked the top of the bar. Goes over. We have survived another chance. We are being pretty awful at football at the moment. We're going to try and go positive. I'm going to give him a demand more shout as well. It's all the way back to Sam Johnstone. Stoke have made it 4-2. And Norwich still can't make it 1-0 to Norwich here in East Anglia. That's where we play. Well, that's where they play, actually, not we play. Bogues with a free kick for Norwich, and Johnstone again tips that one over the bar. We have still not had a single shot on target. 61 minutes in, Norwich with a corner. Bogues has gone over to take that right-footed towards the middle. It's a header clear from Joe Worrell, I think. It's coming back in, though. Plays it across Gibson outside the area, across to the corner taker Bogues, and there it is. Mateus Bogues makes it 1-0 to Norwich. We have been awful. Absolutely awful. Fernandez is coming off for McBurney. We're taking off Obafemi for Baldanzi. We are also going to do Marco Friedel for, why do you recommend Mika Hamilton? No, we're going to go Dylan Levitt, and we're going to put Ncham as a left-back. Is he left-footed? No, he isn't. It's fine. Corner for the substitute Levitt to take towards Worrell at the front post, and Joe Worrell gets his 8th goal of the season. It is 1-1. Literally, our first highlight going our way, and it results in a goal. Dylan Levitt should never not play. He's probably the league's best footballer at the moment. He's got so many goals and assists to his name. Mainly assists. I think he's got something stupid like 15 assists all season. 15 minutes left to play. If we can hold on for a draw, it's not the ideal result, But as long as Stoke can beat Brentford, I don't know what's going on. It's not showing up on the right-hand side. As long as we get a draw, Stoke beat Brentford, we go to the top of the table. The cross comes in. McBurney's there and he's headed it just wide. McBurney has been rubbish for the last 3 months. I don't know how he was ever good at football. Full time here then against Norwich. We weren't very good. It was a 1-1 draw. We got lucky thanks to, let's say, corner exploits. And I think Stoke did manage to beat Brentford. So we do go to the top of the table, 1 point clear, and yes, you probably can't see it. Oh, you can just about see it above my head. Stoke winning 4-2 against Brentford. A Sam Surridge hat-trick. Thank you very much, Sam. Let's go forward to match number 2 of the episode. We're not at the next match just yet, because I've noticed Brentford are playing Blackpool on the Friday night. We then play Stoke on the Saturday. We're going to see what happens in London. If Blackpool can do us a favour, we could be crowned champions with a victory against Stoke. That's literally what we need to happen. Fine. Blackpool, you could have done us a favour. Right, we now need to play Stoke at home and hopefully not do what Brentford did against Stoke. And let's just try and win this one. The starting lineup then will be Johnstone, Worrell, Fry and Kilman at the back. Dujon Sterling comes in at right back today because Ryan Fredericks has picked up a knock. Marco Friedel will be on the left-hand side. Levitt will start after his assist in the last match with Downs and Smallbone. McBurney and Carlos Fernandez will be the strikers today. Lots of lovely connecting lines. No decent connecting performances, particularly from the front three, regardless of who is in that front three. Sam Surridge is going to be an absolute nightmare, isn't he? I think he's probably the second top scorer in the league behind Ivan Toney, who has 693 goals or something stupid. He's got way too many goals. Surridge is probably above 30 goals as well, much like Ivan Toney. We just need to make sure that we defend well and nick a goal. That's the target. Josh Tymon with the ball for Stoke, and Dylan Levitt's got himself sent off. Because of the way that highlight's set up, that's a red card. You know it's a red card. That's just ruined everything. Dylan, what are you doing? What do we even do in this scenario? Do we just drop a striker? Do we drop Smallbone back into midfield? I think we go for that. I think that's what we're going to have to go for. And that has just made our life so much harder. We are still getting shots away. Stoke have had one chance, apparently. They're going to have another one here. Josh Tymon, who's obviously got the player sent off. Perry Ng, possibly. Don't know how to pronounce his name. It's a long-range effort. Sam Johnstone with a decent save, tipping it over for a corner. We need to get this ball clear. Josh, it's Dylan Levitt. It's Josh Tymon. I'm getting annoyed because I see Tymmon's name there. Flynn Downs is going to try and chase that down, can't manage it. Sam Johnstone is on a 7.1 at the moment, so he's keeping us in the game. Half-time, 0-0. Actually, if the match ended now, I'd probably take that. Because we're down to 10 men, I think we've been unlucky. No, that one, maybe. Didn't really work. Right, keep going. You've got faith. Let's try and fire everybody up. Keep going, I've got faith. Keep going, I've got faith. It fired up Ollie McBurney and weirdly Dylan Levitt, who's not on the pitch anymore. I don't have faith in you at the moment, Dylan. Bursic with a goal kick for Stoke. House to Bernard. Now Perryung across, right-hand side is Williams. Long ball forward. Finds Campbell, he's going to go for a little run. It's a good tackle from McBurney. Fernandez needs a bit of support. Smallbone obviously isn't there anymore. Kilman to Fry, to Downs, back to Smallbone. Dinks it over, tries to find Friedel and does. Good ball. Need to try and make some headway in towards the Stoke goal. And Carlos Fernandez is in towards the Stoke goal. And he's hit the outside of the post and it goes wide. That could have been the goal that might have secured us the title. It wouldn't have, but it might have done. Joe Worrell's going for a lovely run with the ball, which is a concern when you're down to 10 men and your centre-back's doing that. McBurney back to Fry, Max Kilman. He's going to run forward with the ball as well. Friedel on the left-hand side. Fernandez is there. Plays it on the ground. Does find Fernandez. One player in the box. Crosses it in. McBurney is that player. And McBurney can't get a chance on target if we paid him money to do, which we technically do. Right, let's do some changes. Friedel's coming off. Jake Bidwell's going to be the man to come on. At least with Bidwell, we have ourselves a corner taker. Do take off Fernandez for Gizniak. That could be a risk that I'm willing to take. Because Gizniak doesn't really play a lot of first-team football. I'm trying to sell him. Maybe this is shop window opportunity. Into the final 10 minutes. We need to find ourselves a goal. What do we fire up? I've spent so long trying to work out what team talk I'm going to give them. No highlights have taken place. A 0-0 draw against Stoke with 10 men isn't too bad. Our final home game of the season ends with a 0-0 draw. We now need to hope that Brentford don't win their final game of the season and we win ours, that is the only way we're going to be crowned champions. I am going to have to say to Dylan Levitt, I'm disappointed, because basically that kind of ruined it for us. And even more annoying, Levitt is going to miss the final game of the season. Although, if I appeal it, does that mean that he might be available? We're going to risk it. We're going to risk to try and appeal the ban. And then if we get Levitt back for the... I mean, it says he's still suspended, but we've appealed it. So you can't suspend him even though we've appealed it, right? Can you? Maybe? We're on the day of the final game of the season, and Levitt's been handed further 2-match ban. I assume because we... What do we do? I mean, I'm going to appeal it again. I'm going to keep appealing it. I mean, he's got a 3-match ban now. Or maybe it's a 5-match ban. He's got something ridiculous. It's 3 matches at the moment. But because we've appealed it, maybe we can play him? I don't know. He can't play it, annoyingly. So, Sam Johnstone in goal, Worrell, Fry and Kilman at the back. Fredericks and Friedel as the wing-backs, and Cham, Downs and Smallbone in the middle. McBurney and Obafemi as our strikers. We are away from home against Crystal Palace in London. I don't even know who Brentford are playing. So, yeah, we need to hope that whoever they're playing are good at football. If they're bad at football, we're kind of screwed. Luckily for us, I say luckily as if it's a guarantee, but luckily for us, Palace haven't been in good form. They've lost 3 of their last 5, but we've only won 1 in our last 5 and drawn 3. So it is equally just as poor, isn't it? There you see the championship table, 1 point. 1 point separates us from Brentford at the top. We just need to do our job. We need to really kind of forget what's happening elsewhere. Who are Brentford playing? They are playing Middlesbrough, a team who are just about safe. Eze with a free kick. Zaha outside the penalty area. Eze's carried on his run. Are we going to try and nick this, or are Palace still going to have themselves a chance? Eze gets the ball back to Alfie Mawson. Down the line to Eze again, crosses it in, and Hall, it's not Hall, it's Halil is there. And it's 1-0 to Crystal Palace after 6.5 minutes, and we're probably finishing second. It will be a bit of a kick in the teeth if one of our former players, and by our former players, Swansea's former players, Alfie Mawson, is involved in the goal that actually makes us finish second place in the table. I'm keeping an eye on what Middlesbrough and Brentford is up to, because it's 1-0 to Brentford. You can't see because it's behind my head, but it's 1-0 to Brentford. It's Barley Mumba, I assume, playing for Palace. Wazelwicks, not his name. Definitely not his name. Don't know why I even said it like that. Mumba again, back to the central defender. Tolisso to Halil, forward to Wilfred Zaha. It's a lovely through ball and Eze's there. And Sam Johnstone has decided he wants to finish second because he didn't even try and save it. If everything stays this way, we are going to finish 4 points behind Brentford. They are 2-0 up now against Middlesbrough. We are 2-0 down against Palace. And we have not looked very good at all, have we? We have not looked very good at all. Thrash Arms, terrible. Terrible performance. Let's go straight into the second half. McBurney, I'm going to sell him in the summer because there were teams who wanted him. I think Bournemouth were a team who wanted him in January, and he's been absolutely awful since January. Brentford are 3-0 up. It's game over. I'm going to give him a demand more here. I just want a goal now. We've scored 1 goal all episode, and it came from a corner. McBurney's coming off. Joel Pirot is returning following a very lengthy injury. Joe Worrell is coming off as well for Reece Williams to make his final appearance for the club. And Smallbone's coming off for Baldanzi. And I'm just looking for a consolation goal now. I'm just looking for a consolation goal because Middlesbrough haven't done us a favour. We haven't done ourselves a favour either. It's going to be second place finish, but at least we do get promoted back to the Premier League. What an awful game of football to end the season on. What an absolutely awful game. They had 3 shots on target and scored 2 of them. I mean, I'm going to just thrash arm. Come in for training. Come in for training tomorrow, because we've got a full season next year in the Premier League, and if you perform like that, we're going straight back down like Norwich are this season. Look at those final, 7 fixtures? In the league, we literally won 1 of our last 7 games. What a terrible end of the season. 4 matches where we didn't score a goal. Joe Worrell scored twice. No striker has scored a goal since arguably, since the Charlton game where Carlos Fernandes scored. We haven't seen a goal from, oh my word, when was the last time McBurney scored? It was all the way back in February was the last time McBurney scored. Really? Was it genuinely that long ago? It was actually that long ago. Well, even though we were terrible in the last episode, and arguably halfway through the last one before that as well, we are still promoted. We get our end of season award ceremony, and star player, Dylan Levitt. 17 assists, 8 goals. That is ridiculous. Most of them assists would have been from corners, but that is a huge amount of assists for his new signing. Dale Fry as well, very, very good signing, although they only give him a C rating for some reason. Smallbone, again, we've got him on loan for next season. A B- for Smallbone. 9 goals, 8 assists. Very, very useful player for us. Are they annoyed with any of the players that we left the club? I mean, they're annoyed with Jack Wilshere, but he was getting paid quite a lot of money and we got 1.2 million. Ben Taleb, we didn't really miss him in the end. Ryan Manning, we didn't miss him either. So, arguably, I think we did a good bit of business during the 2 transfer windows. The board are pleased with a C+. A C+. But they wanted us to win promotion, and we won promotion, and they're just a C+. I mean, that, to me, should be a B. I would say a B. We should have won the league. If we won the league, give us an A. We got promoted, give us a B. Get promoted through the playoffs, give us a C. That seems like a reasonable start. It's not a C+ for finishing second. They weren't best pleased with the old EFL Cup, though, losing to Southampton, giving us a D rating. Merchandise and all that jazz, apparently we didn't sell any shirts. No shirt sales this season at all. Non-domestic shirt sales. £0 of this total. Fair enough. Next season, this number's going to be absolutely massive because obviously, well, particularly the broadcast revenue, that's going to be huge. How we lined up, you can see the big sort of, it's not an outlier, but Obafemi, as 16 starts, 15 off the bench, a 6.95 rating, is one of our best strikers. I think in order to survive in the Championship, in the Premier League, we need to get ourselves a clinical finisher. That's what we need to get. 3 Manager of the Month awards for me. That is kind of unexpected in a way. I very rarely win Manager of the Month awards in Football Manager. Dylan Levitt wins everything. Goal of the season goes to Obafemi. Top goal scorer is Smallbone. That's the problem. Smallbone has 9 goals from attacking midfield. If we just had strikers who could actually finish their dinner, we would be scoring plenty of goals. So like I said, in the summer, big name striker. That's what we're going to go for. Overall, best 11, who has made it in there? So it says Dylan Levitt. Of course, Dylan Levitt. Anyone else? I feel like everyone else is already in there. Dale Fry, Max Kilman, Ryan Fredericks and Carlos Fernandez. Apparently as well, but I guess most of them probably on the bench. Right, this is an interesting sort of a bit of club vision. So they want us to fight bravely against relegation. That is arguably all we can try and do. That's all we can try and do is try and stay in the Premier League. I'm not going to go for any higher than that. I'm thinking we can finish maybe 15th, 14th, 15th. That's my target. However, I'm not going to say that to the team because I think we're good enough to avoid relegation. Why are you putting all that pressure on us? It's not fair. What? So you just want us to get relegated? Michael, buddy. You just want us to get oh my, what do we say here? Best effort to avoid relegation? Okay, fair enough. That's the sort of reaction we wanted, everybody. We'll talk about promises next year. Oh, there we see the shirt sale. So, Ncham, McBurney, Levitt, Obafemi and Carlos Fernandez, apparently, were the biggest shirt sales. We've got some more scouting budget, which is good. We're going to need that. I've already bumped it up to Europe anyway. I did that back in January. So, that's hopefully going to allow us to have a little bit of a wider net when it comes to bringing in new players. And the big news that I guess you're probably sticking around for, £36.35 million worth of transfer budget and about 140k, something like that, left in our wage budget as well to spend. So we've got some wiggle room. If we look at the squad as well, it's very small. It's a very small squad when you think as well. Williams, Hamilton, Valerie, Sterling and Boldanzi are all on loan, so they're all going to be leaving. Our squad is going to be down to bare bones, which is good because it does mean that I can spend some of that £35 million on actually making the squad better, not just wasting it because we've got £35 million burning a hole in our pocket. That is going to do it then for this episode and at Season 2 of FM22 with Swansea in the beta. Season 3 will begin soon, and we will be out of the beta by the time we start that. So hopefully there might be some better sort of match engine things. Maybe we're going to score some more goals, maybe corners. We're not going to score as many goals, things like that. But we will see when we get to Season 3. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like, hit the subscribe button if you're new to the channel, and hopefully you'll join me for a little Welsh challenge in the Premier League. Thanks for watching.